Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sports Line at Olive Oil's Pizzeria and More, 930 Brookline Boulevard, right in the middle of downtown Brookline. We're honored to do another show for Frank Fanaro, owner of Olive Oil's Pizzeria. By the way, he sponsors our Tuesday night show. We appreciate that. Billy, you can walk right through. That's fine. I don't stop anybody from going to the bathroom or handing sheets of paper across the aisle. We handle it all. Sorry about that, folks. Billy the Poet Nardozzi will be on the show a little later. His poem is on the wall here at Olive Oil's Pizzeria. He wrote a nice, what a nice poem he wrote for Al Levine, the Talking Machine, and Pittsburgh Sports Line. We might talk about that. Little teaser, he may have another poem that he wrote.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Smoking Jim Frazier's here, so we can start the show. A lot of great guests here tonight. And we start our show off with What's on Your Mind, sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski's Skeets Service Station. Skeets was a boxer, has the world record in Golden Gloves fighting. He knocked a guy out in 13 seconds. Think about everybody that's been in Golden Gloves. Skeets got the quickest knockout in Golden Gloves history. He sponsors What's on Your Mind. If you have anything that runs on gas, see Skeets. Even you, Smoking Jim. I was there this past week. I had a couple problems he had to solve. I needed an oil change. He took care of all that. No problem. So check out Skeets right in Finleyville. And just anything. He works on snowmobiles, trucks, tractors, anything on gas, boats, you name it, cars, trucks. They even have a forge there. They're making knives, and they're making these hooks you can hang your coat up on the wall on. So get comfortable there. And we're going to start the show right now. Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the Talking Machine. And if you want the green,
I got the green.
You got to see Levine. Want to thank everybody for coming out. Really appreciate it. Listen, Coach Bill Cowher was the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers for 15 years, and he should be in the Hall of Fame. He has 161 victories. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's a two-time NFL Head Coach of the Year. Rod Woodson was the greatest cornerback in NFL history, coached by the chin. You know, you got Jerome Bettis, one of the greatest running backs in NFL history, coached by the chin. Hines Ward, great wide receiver, brought in by the chin. Alan Faneca, the greatest guard in NFL history, brought in by the chin. Casey Hampton, great nose guard, brought in by the chin. Troy Polamalu, the greatest strong safety in NFL history, brought in by the chin. Big Ben, one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history, brought in by the chin. Heath Miller, great tight end, brought in by the chin. You know, look at the Bill Cowher head coaching tree. You got coaches like Dom Capers, Dick LeBeau, Jimmy Haslick, Marvin Lewis, Shane Gailey, Mike Mularkey, Ken Wisenhunt, Bruce Arians, and I'm going to include Coach Mike Tomlin in that group because Bill Cowher left Coach Tomlin all his players, all his coaches, his system, and a Super Bowl winning team. Coach Chuck Noll and Coach Bill Cowher are the only two coaches in Pittsburgh Steelers history with a winning record against the New England Patriots. Bill Cowher used to turn Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and the New England Patriots red, white, and black and blue. But Roger Goodell, it's time to get the chin in.
Yeah. Hey,
put him in.
Can somebody tell me, is he done talking? My ears are ringing. He recycled 98% of that material. I've heard it over 6 years. I just have one question, Smoking Jim. What was his record his last year? I don't want to be great. 8-8. So I don't know about that passing on there, buddy. It sounds great. I appreciate it. But the chin didn't manage that clock very well either, and you got to admit that. He was a better disciplinarian, but he was a player's coach. They got away with a lot of things, just like they get away with the cheerleader and all the stuff that he lets them do. So I don't know who you saw this weekend that now you got to talk about the chin again. We can only guess. Sometimes he talks about ring card models. Sometimes he talks about Steelers. I don't know what's in between. What's on my mind is Penguins. Penguins gave up a great goaltender because of the salary cap. Fleury was the heart and soul of this team. They gave him a huge ovation. They had a special video. Smoking Jim, I know you were on the edge of your seat watching that video because you're a big hockey fan. I know you're sad that Jaromir Jagr's not in the league anymore, but you know those things happen. Age catches up with every athlete, so that's understandable. But it was a great game. The Penguins beat Fleury 5-4, so that's always good. I hate to see Fleury lose. One of the reasons we won the Cup, especially last year, was because of Fleury. Murray played a great game. Penguins are coming back. We've got a record now that we can be in the playoffs, where come the end of December they were worried if we could even make the playoffs. Now they're worried, can we get first place? Can we catch those Capitals? I don't know about that. The Capitals love winning during the regular season, but they also like exiting early in the playoffs. So I'm all for the Pens and three-peat. I predicted that earlier in the year. I'm staying with the three-peat. Now they're playing like Penguins. They've lost a couple games maybe they shouldn't have, but they're a much better team. They got a lot of cohesiveness with these new players. We lost a lot of great players. So go Pens. Let's start interviewing our guests. Tell them your name.
Dan Asti.
Why are you on the show?
A friend of mine gave me a phone call and said that he said there's a great show, a local show, got a lot about sports, and he knows we're kind of a sports guys down there. And he also said that there's some community service that maybe we might be able to promote, and it seemed like a win-win combination. So we said, sure, why not?
Sounds like a plan. Now, as you know, I talked to you about sports. So, did you play sports?
I did. I was pretty involved in high school.
When did you start?
Back in probably 1980. I mean, that seems like
you're a young puppy here.
Ago,
I got you by a few years on that. I told you. How do I look, folks?
I think you said on the phone you looked like a young 60.
Well, actually 61 and a half, but who wants to split hairs?
I don't know. We did so much talking that I ended up getting the wrong date. I was going to show up on Wednesday.
We talked on the phone, and the last thing I told him is the show will be rebroadcast Wednesday night, everybody, 7 o'clock to 8, and 4 other times, but it'll be rebroadcast. Yeah. Tonight we film, and we're trying to do it without errors, so Smoking Jim, keep it clean, even though you repeated all that stuff again.
Lucky
I can handle it.
I was in my pajamas an hour ago, so I'm pretty
well,
lucky.
I'm glad you got dressed to come out here,
yeah,
Dan.
No
Now, the
problem.
public access part about it is it's flu season. A lot of people and friends and family I know have had the flu. What can you do about the flu?
It's pretty amazing, actually, because...
I'll take your notes.
Okay. I'm not sure where I should look into the camera, or am I looking at you?
Well, I prefer when people give me eye contact back, but you can look. She'll be a guest later on. Well-known model. You can look at her at any time you want during the show. Look at the camera.
Okay.
Try to focus on the camera here.
The flu's been
Nat, thanks for being a distraction.
Anyhow, I'm sorry. The flu's just been it's been a pretty bad year for the flu this year, actually. It's we encourage people to get the flu shot. We advocate it. It's everywhere, but yet this year's flu the vaccine has shown only to be 10 to 20% effective against this particular strain. So as smart as it is to get vaccinated against it, it's still only a 20% shot.
Even 10%, you were saying. I listened to that first 10. I worry when something 90% of the time can affect me. And then how do they put the strain that's out now in this vaccination? I don't think they can. I'm a little bit of a debunker. I hate to be this way on my show.
That's okay.
But I try to stay healthy. I drink 6 to 12 cups of green tea every day. Try to keep that nasty stuff away. I had to. Loose Leaf Green Tea Report every day on Facebook.
I'm 46 years young, but I will tell you that the flu shot is one of the smartest things you can do to protect yourself against.
I got to ask why.
it just.
I'm not trying to insult your intelligence.
That's okay, but do you have car insurance? Do you have home insurance against the fire? It's just, you see what's happening.
Yeah, but
out
I
there.
can
People-
drive 100% of the time. I get the flu shot.
Right?
I'm sick 90% of the time.
No, it's that your body's responding to the vaccine that has been placed in it. You might have a little bit of or chills. You might get a slight fever. You might feel just a hint tired, but it's a dead virus. It's not that you're going to get symptoms of the flu.
I'm going to have reactions to it.
Yes, I mean, anytime.
I understand that.
Yeah, anytime you introduce a foreign substance into your body, you could potentially have a slight reaction to it. But
I want to be stronger and fight it off.
I'm telling you, well.
What do I
that's
need
okay.
to do?
You need plenty of rest and plenty of fluids. And that's still no
All right.
guarantee. You need to wash your
I'll
hands,
take-
the countertops, you need to stay away from people that have been in contact with the flu or have been
Hold it.
diagnosed
I got to
with the
ask you
flu.
an important question. Have you been in contact with people with the flu?
Constantly. But it's okay. It's all right. No, listen. I'll kiss you if you want. No,
We got to take a commercial break. This guy's off the show.
it's you must wash your hands. You wash your hands constantly. That's why the signs are in the bathroom. The signs are above the sinks. It's just
I wash regularly. Now I have to go take a break.
It's common sense practices. You don't share things with other people, and once again, if someone's infected, and I used to be a real stickler where I worked. If you were sick, there's nothing more impressive to me than when someone would come into work sick. I'm like, you fight through it, and you show that you're a true warrior. Now we've changed that. We now see a delivery driver sick or a pharmacist goes out sick. We're like, you stay home. Wait until that fever breaks, not with Tylenol or not with ibuprofen, but rather when it breaks on its own, you wait a whole other day. The next day, you're still off of work, and then you come back. That's one of the hallmark signs of that you're
Hey,
finally
Dan,
recovering.
I'm that old school guy. I used to get sinus infection so bad. I got hair, and I'd brush it, and it would hurt. I used
And
to
you
come,
still have your hair. That's a plus.
At 61 and a half, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm holding my own, you know what I mean?
You're
I'm all right.
46. That's not
I got a long way to go, hopefully,
Yeah,
God willing.
It may change color. My shampoo's not doing anything for me. But I used to work through sinus infections, and I'd get them every September, October, November, and December. Take 3 different series of shots. And that's why I promote green tea to the disdain of Vince Arnado, who'll be on the show. But I haven't had a sinus infection in 15 years. But
whatever you're doing, it's working.
We were taught to fight through it. Now, stay
No,
home.
you got to get your rest. You got to get plenty of fluids. It's just, you just have to let your body recover from that because it's not the flu that gets you. It compromises your immune system and allows other bacteria to be able to come in.
Are you listening, Smoking Jim Frazier? Who had
he
had a quadruple bypass.
And he's
They
eating
pulled
pepperoni
57 pounds of fluid. He was in AFib. They put him in for a triple bypass, but they found a 4th one, so he got a quad.
Well, while we're in there, sure.
So they
buy
got the
3,
quad.
get 1 free, right?
Exactly. Now he's back to eating the buckets of Kentucky Fried Chicken. So I tried to bring him the healthy type of things. That's why I brought you on the show.
Can you slide him one of my business cards when he's not
Well,
looking?
even better yet, I want you to tell us the phone number and the location of Asti Pharmacy, Lebanon Shops.
We're on Mount Lebanon Boulevard, 250 Mount Lebanon Boulevard. Right.
Please repeat that. I'm deaf from Smoking Jim's yelling.
He was very passionate. It's 250 Mount Lebanon Boulevard, and that's Pittsburgh, PA 15234, right across from McDonald's. Unfortunately, got to quote.
You had to mention that. Now he's going to get a Big
Carbonaris
Mac.
Restaurant. We're right there, but you can eat healthy there too. That's fine.
He gets a Big Mac.
But we're right in the heart of right where Castle Shannon and Mount Lebanon connect. We've been there 14 years now.
It's
and
easy
things are
even
going
for
well.
a guy from Monroeville to find it. It's the main drag.
And we deliver, so you can't beat it, except for tomorrow because the guy's out with the flu.
And you've taken care of a lot of guys that I know from the Pittsburgh Press and Post Gazette.
I have.
They've talked about you for years. You can shout out to my buddy Jimmy Villa. Tell him you got to meet Al Levine, the talking machine.
I came into work the other day. He's been in the pharmacy so much over the years that I can identify him from the back. And so I literally will run right into him.
That's my 300-pound friend.
He's probably 280.
Wow.
But he's tall. He's big boned.
I wrestled him when I was 18, 19 years old. He was 300 and I was 200.
Something tells me you lost that.
Oh, definitely. I didn't say I was undefeated in fighting, only talking. I'm undefeated. And you're about done. What else do you want to say about the flu?
That's it. Just I appreciate the opportunity to come on, and once again, get your rest, drink your fluids, and stay away if you're sick.
How's it going, Al?
What's your name?
Vince. Vince Ornata.
Thank you. That's the hardest question everybody has to answer on my show. What is their name? Because the rest of it's all about you. What do you got going on here at Brookline Boulevard, 930 Brookline Boulevard on Friday night?
Well, like you said, I was here for the opening of the restaurant, and I was doing caricatures that night. And they wanted to have me back this Friday from 5:30 to 7:30. I'll be doing free caricatures for anybody that comes in.
Please repeat that. They need to know this.
It is what's the address?
930 Brookline
930
Boulevard.
Brookline Boulevard.
It's etched in my brain.
Right, because I'm here from 5:30 to 7:30. I'll be doing caricatures, and I take a couple minutes. And we have some flyers here. And if you shop with a flyer, you get $1 off.
Hold it. Here you go, folks.
You get $1 off any size pizza.
Bring the flyer. Look at that
As a
smiling
thank you.
face from Vince Ornata.
And you can find my work on the internet, idrawfaces.com.
Please repeat.
idrawfaces.com, and my paintings are at vincetheartist.com. I do a lot of Pittsburgh stuff, a lot of industrial history stuff, portraits, and a lot of different types of things. So, and I've yet to do I've done a caricatures of Al.
Yes.
We also have a show
Thank
on
you.
Bethel Park TV, The Creative Process with Vince Ornata. I got something coming up with the CLO. I'm not allowed to really talk about much,
just tease the folks.
but it's something to look forward to in March. And I'm doing caricatures on weekends up Seven Springs. I'm
What
doing
about
painting
April? Tell them
commissions.
what you're doing in April.
April? What am I doing in April?
You'll be at the
that's-
Rivers
that's
Club
right.
with Jessica Lee, and you have Vince, the artist, there with his art.
Yeah, at the end of
gotta help 'em.
the last Wednesday in April, I'm doing an exhibit of a new. It was actually a commission. The owner's going to loan it back to me. It's a pretty substantial painting, actually. The 1893 World's Fair in Chicago.
Yes.
Which was really
I'm familiar with
yeah,
it.
it was really the beginning of the 20th century, and there's a lot involved in it and so on. But I'll be down there at the Rivers Club in Oxford, not the casino, in the Oxford building with some artwork. And Jessica, a great jazz singer, local jazz singer, Jessica Lee, will be playing with the great Mark Strickland on guitar. Probably George Jones will be around.
And I
too.
help promote her Facebook events, so
Yeah.
we're trying to tie it all together.
Right,
Vince?
right.
Glad you'll be there that day.
Yeah, you can look at all that stuff on Facebook. Jessica Lee Blues and Jazz, I believe, is the way she does it. You need to already know Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Undefeated and Talking. It's good to see Jim as usual and meeting some new people over here. And what else can I say?
Get the heck off the show. You're not talking more than me.
I will be golfing in Pinehurst in the very end of March and the beginning of April. And then I'll be going to Nashville to visit a friend.
Now,
Yes.
why? Tell them your name. Do you remember?
Billy, no. My name is
Other hand.
my
The other hand.
my name is Alan. I mean, Bill.
Well,
Billy.
we're having trouble with this guest, Billy Nardozzi.
I'm sorry. My name is Billy Nardozzi,
Thank you.
and I live in Braintree.
And why are you on this show tonight?
Alan, I'm on this show because I had something on my Facebook about
It piqued my interest.
about my childhood Little League, which I wasn't. I'm not a sports person. Never was good in sports. Never will be. And my mother always told me to try out for Little League. I said, Ma, I'm not good. They laugh at me. She goes, you'll feel better. Go try it for sports. The whole audition, but Little League. Well, to make a long story short,
What happened?
I always got picked I was the only kid that was afraid for the coach to go to pick me because I throw lefty. I was a lefty.
Sure.
And if you throw a lefty, I don't know why they think, oh, he's good. Let's get him.
Well, here's the thing. In baseball, I always said I wish my son would have been a left-handed person, because left-handed pitchers, even if they're not that good, go to the major leagues and make millions of dollars. That's why.
They do, but this one didn't.
I'm so, you know what? This is getting too sad.
No.
What-
Alan,
what
listen.
happened? I'm
So
waiting.
anyway, here it is. I was the only kid that was scared to get picked. I'd always see the coach. I said, oh, he's looking at me. And that finger went. I went, me? I walk up, oh, you want to play ball for me? I went, yes. Well, anyway, I got picked. He goes, that's our pitcher. He's a lefty pitcher.
See,
Well,
what did I tell you, right?
but no, they killed me. And then I got up to bat, and I couldn't hit because I was scared to death of that fastball.
You didn't want to get hit.
No, I didn't. I just sent her like this. Strike one. Strike two. And then the coach said, Billy, swing the bat. Swing the bat. Well, the ball came back.
Whoa.
Oh, the ball came back. Whoa! You know, I swung too late.
That
Anyway,
was a nice swing. It was level.
no, it wasn't.
That was a level swing.
Anyway,
You
I'd
knew
come
I'd
home.
get you.
Anyway, I'd come home, and my mom would say, how did practice go? I said, Ma, they laughed at me. I stink. Well, to make a long story short, she bought me my first guitar.
And then what happened?
So it was goodbye sports, hello guitar. That was it.
You're off the
ne-
show.
never,
That's all I wanted
never,
to hear.
I never went for sports again. That was that. And another thing, I have something for you and Jim, Ellen.
What? What could it be?
I have a gift.
Oh, no.
Okay, here it is.
What is this?
It's for take one each. Thank you.
Yeah.
And if you would open it up. No, it's not green tea. It's stronger than green tea.
Well, you know I post that loose leaf green tea weather report every day. First cup every day, baby. Let's see what this could be. I'm excited here, Billy.
A bottle of champagne each.
Wow.
Yeah, huh?
He doesn't drink, though. That's the only
I
problem.
know people that do.
Well, give it to them, Jim.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
And you're welcome.
Thank you.
And Alan, I'll try to get out of here fast.
No, you can go slow.
Okay, to coincide, if I may, with the champagne, I had written something for you guys.
What did you write?
Ironically, it's called Champagne of Sports,
Wow.
which is you and Ellen. And here it is. I hate these, but here we go.
I'll hold it for you.
Okay.
I'll hold it for you.
Right. No, this is.
We good? Just checking.
Okay.
You're my man.
Champagne of Sports. It is what they are, Alan and Jim. Fill us with sports right to the brim. Their sparkling predictions are solid and sound, and there ain't no cork screwing around. So, screwing
got
cork.
it.
Okay.
We got it. We got
I'm
it.
thinking of me. I don't get things fast.
No, I'm quick. I got that.
Okay, and so thank you, my friends, for your bottles of knowledge. And no one can top you, not even from college.
Ah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Billy.
Appreciate you, Billy. You're the best.
And to make it official,
How could you make it more official?
I'm not just going to give you a piece of paper. I framed it for you.
Ah, look at this. The poet is spoken. You're the best, Billy.
And
Thanks for your gifts.
with all the due respect, I love you guys. You're the best. You put on a great show here, and
We got over 400 of them, so thank you for your compliments.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And
Thank you, Ellen and
thanks for
Jim.
being
Love
our
you.
guest.
And thank you for asking me. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Well, thanks for sharing that story, because not everybody would tell a story where they were made to cry and then try to play a sport that they didn't like,
It was the truth.
and then they had to become a musician. Not
Thank
everybody
you.
would tell us that. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate it. And Natalie, I'd like to say you did a great job at the show at the Hollywood
gonna bring
Lanes.
her up
It's
next
very good. One just wonderful, and her gold sparkle. Oh my gosh! I said they hired some from Hollywood.
Please tell the folks your name.
Natalie Sugars.
And I've been your friend on Facebook for a few years, but never met you
Yes.
until Jeffrey Park brought us all together for a Hollywood telethon, helping Children's Hospital. And then he had a great fashion show with fashion designers and everything. This lady must have had 7 outfits. from
8. No,
from
I'm kidding.
They're always one up on me, and I could take
No,
it.
no, no.
I just threw 7. It was probably 3 or 4. You look great as Cleopatra, Cher, whoever else. I can't keep track. But it was great meeting you in person, and thanks for
Thank you.
agreeing-
Likewise. Yes.
Thanks for agreeing to be on our show. 'Cause
Thank you for
can talk-
graciously asking.
Well, that's what I do. You can talk sports. That's what I ask. Could you talk
Yeah,
sports?
she can. Believe it or not. How about that?
Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Latrobe. That is Latrobe. And if you're from there, you say Latrobe, because if you were ever cheering for Latrobe, you said, let's go Latrobe, not Latrobe. Just
And
want to make
I've
that
said
clear.
Latrobe, even to my friend Smoking Jim.
I know. I love it. I love it. Yins do a good job.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
My favorite sports bar is in that town, Dino's.
Yeah, I love Dino. I love Dino. He's a sweetie, actually.
Well, at least you have a
Yeah.
common interest. I'm glad I could bring you together on that.
I know. I haven't seen this man since I actually moved back here to Pennsylvania, my gosh, 8 years ago now. So.
Your biggest fan.
Oh, likewise, darling. Likewise. Yes, absolutely.
What
Me,
were you
sports and
doing?
fashion. Sports and fashion. I swear, there's like a common denominator here. I've got to step back and maybe think, what could I do if I brought all of my favorite interests together?
Come on the Pittsburgh Sports Line. That's
Yeah,
what you
right?
can do.
And it's amazing how it's even evolved since last I saw you, with the music and the fashion and the sports. And I'm talking with my hands because I'm Italian. So,
You're allowed. I'm not, and I still talk with my hands.
see, I like
Yeah,
it. I
so-
like it. Yeah.
I grew up with all
Italian.
Italian.
Are you?
Italian, yeah.
Get out of town.
Right in the northern part of Sicily. We found a couple roots.
Oh my gosh. Palermo, Palerno.
Yes.
That was good. That was good. That was a plug for ABC.
They say I'm pretty quick-witted. That was okay?
That was good. Yeah, that was
Okay.
good.
All right. Now we're trying
Must
to
be all the
find-
books you read.
Yes. We're trying to find out about a little bit of sports. Did you
Okay.
ever play any sports?
You know what's funny? I
Tell
mean,
the truth.
No, I ran track for a little while.
When did you do that?
I was a cheerleader. I mean, here and there all throughout, my adolescence,
Well, cheerleaders, I've had some people on the show that
Yeah.
have been cheerleaders. I say
Yeah.
it's a sport.
No, it really is, and
Because you have to
dance.
work hard at it and stay in shape.
It's very true, but and then being a performer, an entertainer, and a performer, being like a singer, model, and actress, and a dancer, and being
same
on
time.
stage persona.
At the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you've got to have gumption and you got to have hand-eye coordination. So that's kind of sporty.
Yes.
But I think the biggest connection to sports and is sports have actually, being from Pittsburgh, instilled all of my values.
Sure.
And have made me like our sports teams,
I believe
very
black and
resilient.
gold. I believe black and gold.
Very
here, so
much,
I
yeah,
understand.
100%. Yeah, no matter where I've lived, and I've traveled all over the world, and everywhere I've taken the heartbeat of the city with me. And
Nice. How
yeah.
about a terrible towel?
Always. I actually have 5.
I just had a check because I was actually friends with Myron Cope.
I know, that's what you had
my
said.
dad grew up with him, and I
Yeah.
was at his 25th anniversary, and he said, the Levine boys are here. Me and my dad. So
That's
I had a
fantastic.
Special moment
Wonderful
with
man.
special people in sports.
Yeah.
That's why I do this sports show. It's an honor of my dad. Never got to see me do a show.
Right.
So I appreciate that. Now tell me about Steelers and
Yeah.
fashion and Nat.
Nat. Nice. I like it. Yes. Play on my
quick.
name, you know,
Yes.
Natalie and Nat, because it's one of our Pittsburghese. You know,
Exactly.
we got some stuff probably coming up about Nat with Nat, funny enough. But
Well, double Nat.
yeah, double Nat. But yeah, so I actually I've done a lot of different things, you know, throughout my
me one thing.
tenure.
Tell me one.
I moved back here to Pittsburgh, and I was the first female to ever write and record a Steelers fight song.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And it won an award from
And
ESPN.
you're on Pittsburgh Sports Line.
Yes, with my old band I used to perform with when I first moved back here, Mercedes, and we played at Heinz Field for the AFC Championship game against Baltimore.
Wow.
Which we all know how that turned out. By the
Yeah.
who? Chin. That was a chin win. That was a chin win. And, you know, but.
He needed a couple more of them.
Well, it was his team.
He only won one Super Bowl.
It was
so
his team.
Come on. His chin going
But it
to
was
the,
his team.
His chin going to the
I
Hall
know.
of Fame.
I know. I can't help it. I agree with Jim on that. I love him, you know. So
That's all right.
I love
don't-
him.
I don't mind opposition. Continue.
And, yeah, so, you know, from
That's
there.
so cool.
Yeah.
What were you thinking then?
Oh, God, what was I thinking about what?
How nice that was.
It was very cool. It was a bit of a whirlwind, you know, and it was like,
No,
okay.
I just wonder because being brought into that,
Yeah.
the sports play, the teams are doing great.
Yes.
And then you're involved as a part of that. I think that's so cool.
It was really amazing. And, you know, really now even being a little bit older and a little bit more grounded and being back in our city and,
Sort
you
of
know.
like Smoking Jim is now. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I understand this. You're very well grounded.
Oh gosh, but yeah, you know, it's really been very, very cool, and I've really enjoyed the opportunities. And then from there, you know, I was involved with many different things. I got to do an overtime with the bus, you know,
yeah.
episode, yeah, with Albie and the boys and Jerome Bettis, and
How nice is that?
it was amazing. And what's so funny is I just said backstage to Jerome at the Steelers fashion show, because I was so honored and blessed to have Greta and Art Rooney ask me to be the featured performer for this year's Steelers fashion show back in October for Children's Hospital, and that
What
was
an honor.
amazing. Yeah, and so I actually performed my song of "I Love Black and Gold" there at the fashion show to honor the late and the great Dan Rooney. And you know, I told Jerome, I said, can you believe it? We're reunited again, and it's over this darn song. And, you know, I'm like, that's awesome, you know. So it was really great. And I got to actually personally escort and bring out both he and Santonio home. So,
Nice.
yeah, so that was really great. And that was a lot
a
of
great
fun.
moment.
Yeah, it was. So again, you know, the sports and the singing and the performing and the fashion show stuff that keeps coming up. Jim and I did a thing, the Steelers fashion show, and then where I, you know, got to reconnect with you,
Yes.
you know, was at another thing for UPMC Children's Hospital for doing the fashion show.
Sure.
So, yeah, so, you know, bringing it all together.
It all ties together.
There seems to be
What
some
seems
sort
to
of.
be your plan, though?
I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve, actually.
Just tease us with a couple things. Don't give us all the details, because I know some of it's in the works. You've
It
described
is
that.
in the works.
We
There's a
talked
lot
off
going
air. I
on.
can't discuss this, but
I've made him, you know, sign a deal with the devil, you know, and I don't mean Keith Richards.
I swore secrecy.
Yeah, so I have
can
a.
keep secrets.
He can. He talks a lot, but you know, not to sink ships,
Yes.
right?
I will not say anything.
Exactly. No, actually, so I
What
have.
can you say?
I have a cool project that's actually very top secret, but you know, Pittsburgh, from sports, from music, from medicine, from all of our accolades, from everywhere we've been to everywhere we are to everywhere we're about to go, there's so much to be said about our story. There's so much pride here, and from someone who has had the opportunity to travel all over the place, no matter where I was touring, I never missed a football game.
Nice.
And I always would see all the people from Pittsburgh, and something one day just kind of clicked, and I thought, oh my gosh, I want to do something using all of the gifts that I've had and all the opportunities for all the cool people I've got to meet from all these different backgrounds in all the different areas of accolades I just mentioned,
Sure.
and do something that would almost be a time capsule piece to kick off some other fun, ambitious things that I
I'm
personally
hearing
want to
time
do.
capsule piece.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Think music, think sports, think medicine, think industry.
I love your earrings.
Thanks, Jim. They love you too. I'm talking sports and he's talking earrings. What happened to us?
Somehow, Smoking Jim is very observant, and his ears shut off. So I have to walk him through a lot of things.
He's listening with his eyes.
Yes, I have to explain some things with him. Thanks for sharing your secret. It will never get out by me.
Yes,
and it
of
won't get
course.
out by him because those are wonderful earrings.
I love it. I love it.
I wish you well with your new
Thank
adventure.
you. I'm excited. I'm excited. You know, there's lots of big things to come, and it's all coming together actually right now as we speak. So
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, what's your day job like? You've told me, so we got to at least
Busy.
mention that. And
it's
where
busy.
do you work?
I actually work for Three Rivers Entertainment and Production right now. So I assist with everything we've got going on there of day-to-day operations, you know, as well as I manage our entertainment division
Wow.
of some of, you know, honestly the most talented people I've ever met in my entire life. So
Nice.
yeah, my bandmates are just such wonderful people, and I still sing. You know, I still perform with them, and yeah,
Do you have
they're
any
just
gigs
amazing.
coming up?
Yes.
Where?
Tis the
Tell us.
season. Everywhere.
Put one
Nothing
out
in
there.
public. Nothing in public, but we do have the Pittsburgh Public Theater Gala coming up in April, so that's a wonderful charitable event. And actually, this, you
Guess
know,
what?
Ted
Smokin'
Pappas,
Jim said we'll go if we get free tickets.
Ted Pappas
you
and the
see
Pittsburgh
the
Public
promo?
Theater puts on an amazing, fun charitable gala at the Wyndham, and Tony Lee at the Wyndham's a good friend, and
I know
they
Tony
do a
Lee.
great job. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Very, yes.
Yes.
I just talked to him today, actually.
Nice. What a small world Pittsburgh is.
Isn't it? I
It's
love
2
it.
degrees of separation. It's your family
Yes.
and who you know.
Yes, it
That's
really
what
is.
I say.
It really is.
Welcome to Pittsburgh again from Latrobe.
No, thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back. And you wait, because I'm coming for you, Pittsburgh. I am.
What else can you talk about?
What do you want to talk about? I can talk about anything.
We covered your sports very lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Cheerleaders, some soccer.
Yes.
Then what happened?
Well, then I just grew into entertainment.
And
you know?
how did that come about?
Gosh, well, I
Just
kind of
give me
was
a
born
short
with a
story.
mic in my hand a little bit, but I performed and did a lot of things, you know,
We're
locally.
trying to inform people about you.
Well, thank you, darling. And, you know, from there I toured up and down the East Coast. I sang at the House of Blues. I moved out west and played all the big stages
I was at
in
the
Vegas
House of
and
Blues
LA.
in Myrtle Beach.
I know, that's what you said. What a small world.
I know. My daughter was on a band trip. I was one of the chaperones.
And what did you do while you were there?
Well, being a sports guy, I know people are going to think it's unusual. But we talked the band director into me and this other guy would escort any of the kids from the band that would want to see a minor league baseball game
Yeah.
in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah,
we had
we
over
had one, yeah.
30 kids show up to the game. They told the band director they loved it, and they said that Mr. Levine, I forget the other guy's name, they said they were great, and thank you for letting us do that. How about that?
See, that's really cool. I loved my time in South Carolina. You know,
And it was beautiful there.
the South really became, you know, my home away from home, you know, until I moved back up here. And so, yeah, and I did, you know, cruise lines and that whole thing. And then I got a record deal, and I walked away from that, and I came back up here, and then that's when I wrote I Love Black and Gold, and the
Wow.
rest is kind of history.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, it is.
Very nice. Nice story. And we
Thank
gotta
you.
look for future coming attractions.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very excited. I never thought from all the places, you know, I've been and lived that were exciting, from, you know, Vegas and everywhere else, that I would move back to Pittsburgh and just absolutely fall in love with the city, and I have. You know, every street, every neighborhood, every
Wow.
part of it, and it's just wonderful, and it touches my heart. And so I hope that I can share all of that and the way I feel about it to represent it. You know, being Pittsburgh, you know, black
I
and
hope
gold
this
girl.
time
and
capsule
go
thing
around.
works out.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for explaining it. Thanks for being on our show.
Always.
When you have more things happen outside, you can come back on and tell us what
Well,
happened.
thank you. I'm excited to do so.
Glad to have you on the show.
Always a pleasure, both of
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you. Tell them your name. Hopefully I didn't mispronounce it.
That's it, Ted Mercanja.
I got it. Smoking Jim doesn't even pronounce it, but that's another story. Tell them your boxing gym.
Gold Medal Boxing Club on Route 51 down the bottom of Maytag.
That old firehouse that's down there.
That's it, the old firehouse.
You can't miss it. It's a nice facility. Things that you've done there, I haven't been there in a year, but you got a lot of great things to work out and train these fighters, and I love the success that you have.
Yeah, we've been successful. I mean, I've been lucky with a lot of great guys.
I know.
And girls.
Yes, and I like seeing young Teddy fight the other night. It was nice seeing him fight, and he has some power that he's brought out there. He said, I'm a man now. I'm 19 years old. He said, I got some manpower. So
Yeah,
I said,
I tell you, that was a good fight, man. He fought, I mean,
well, you're great in the corner because you see things ahead of time and you tell them what to look for. That's
we
what
got a
I
great
like.
team. We got a great team
Because
together.
you mesh with that. And he's able to follow through on that, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working together for a long time.
Well,
know?
he's your son.
Yeah.
And you work hard with all these fighters. I know sometimes you get them on and it's the first fight and they've only been there a couple days. There's a difference the next month or two that I notice.
Exactly.
With what you do because of the hard work you put them through.
Yeah, I mean, we do. I mean, conditioning is number one. I mean, they all got to be in great shape, and you know,
Right.
I mean, if they listen, everything falls into place.
No, you've told me. You're like, I got this guy for a week. Wait till you see what he does next. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I see what happens. So I'm proud to know you. It's great to see you with you. How do they get a hold of you to join your gym?
Like I said, we're down the bottom, 2406 Sawmill Run.
Yeah.
I mean, we're down
Just
there.
stop in.
I'm in there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Right now, I switched my shift for the winter.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't want to be cold no more.
I don't blame you.
So I switched my shift. I'm in there at 1 in the afternoon. I train,
From then on.
and then Carmen comes in at 6 and opens up at 6.
Ah, nice,
You know?
nice. We'll have Carmen on in a couple minutes. But yeah, how long have you been training? I know I got to ask you a couple hard questions.
I mean, we've been down in this building for 8 years, 9 years now. Then before that, I was up at Carrick for a few years, and
Yeah.
before that, back down in Alicopa.
Did you ever box?
Yeah.
When did you start boxing?
When I was 15,
Nice.
you know. And
And you competed in Golden Gloves and
yeah, I
things?
did Golden Gloves, silver belts, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm
did a
trying
few-
to present it to the folks because I know you as a great trainer.
I mean, we did, did a few of the tough man things, all
Did
that
you?
stuff. Yeah, it was fun. you
Sure,
know.
when you're in shape like that and you're young, you're going to try just about anything.
That's
Am
it.
I right?
That's it. You know.
No, and you do a great job. You communicate with these kids because the kids are a lot different. I know you have, children, but it's tougher
yeah.
today to get through all the electronic gizmos that they have and all the distractions that are out there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but the ones that come to the gym, it's a different breed of kid. It really is. I mean,
They want to be there.
Yeah, they want to be there.
No, and that makes a difference
It does.
because I see the results.
Well, I mean, even like little Teddy. I mean, Teddy, you'd seen him coming up from when
Yeah.
he was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he
Just how he matured.
He did a lot of what he did when he was younger just off of natural talent. And now he wants to box. And you can see the difference in him between now and then.
And he overcame some injuries.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody in the business gets hurt with something and
Yeah.
something goes on. I always say you see what character a guy has or girl has by what they overcome.
Absolutely.
And that's what I see a lot in the boxing because you're going to get injured.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen. Maybe you pull something or hit something wrong. Or
I tell them all the time, anybody could have a great day in the gym or in a bout when you're feeling good and you're healthy. I mean, the days you come in, you don't feel good, you don't feel like being there, you don't want to do it, and you push yourself to do it, those are the days you grow.
Sure. Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I see that point all the time.
Yeah.
And I've seen the success that you have with the gold medal boxing that you have.
Yeah, and we're getting ready to turn Tika Hemingway pro here pretty soon.
I know. I saw Tika at the Sokol Club, and
Yeah.
she said that. I got a photo with her. Smoking Jim forgot to put up the photo I got with him and her, but he has a nice girl with him all the time. Poor Nat got a photo with him that'll be on Facebook tomorrow. She didn't find that out till I just let it out right now. Smoking Jim started this a couple years ago.
I see one every day.
He started putting up a photo with him and a beautiful woman. And I said, hey,
I like it every day.
Right. So do I. But I said, Smoking Jim, if you put something up for a week, they'll get that attention for a week. He goes, I put it up every day.
He gets the attention every day.
That's what he's looking for. You nailed it right there perfectly. He was trying to be discreet, like, I want to see if they like me or something. I go, they all like you. You got the best smile in the media. Look at that smile. He's our man.
So anyway, we've been busy. I mean, we're doing a lot of traveling.
What do you got?
fighting.
I see you're fighting in Ohio.
West Virginia, Charleston, West Virginia. This weekend we're going down fighting in the Hometown Heroes National Tournament.
out. Good for you.
Then we come back from there and roll right into
You
the
got Golden Gloves. Yeah. When's your first fight with Golden Gloves? Do you think?
The third, now Wolfpack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Teddy's fighting Johnny Spells, Shook's fighting Brian Mowry, and Hunter's fighting Damas.
Get on. Yeah. Wow, we'll have to look forward to that.
That's it.
I don't know. Wolfpack. Who knows? People got to come up with money. We're mercenaries. We'll do the fights. We appreciate doing the fights for you.
It's great having you guys there.
Both of us are sort of homers towards people we know. We can't help it. We like the boxers. We like the trainers. And we like the results that we see. You know, we're about the winners. I mean, that's what we promote.
I mean, I think that the boxers that are really stepping up right now are some of the best that come out of here in a long time.
Well, I'm seeing a resurgence in boxing. I went to boxing in the 70s and early 80s when you'd have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people there.
Yeah.
It's not like that, but we do have a lot of fights and a lot of packed houses.
Well, just like the show that we had down in Kansas City, or the Kansas City show down Sokol. I mean, you know, we drew from half of that crowd. That was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we had a nice crowd down there for that show.
That was a nice crowd.
And every fight was a great fight. I mean, that whole team that he brought in, John Brown's the president of USA Boxing.
Oh, okay.
That was his personal team.
Wow.
The whole team he brought in, every one of those kids were ranked.
Oh, I know. We talked to some of them afterwards.
Yeah.
That was quite a night of fights.
Yeah.
Great fight. It's a shame they canceled Keontae's fight.
Yeah. I mean, but like you guys said, though, I mean, it was like every fight was something you'd see at a national tournament. It was that level. It was that level of fight.
It was. And you're a heck of a matchmaker. I got to at least blow a little smoke there because you get these guys together, and I know what you got to go through because people can't get their medical forms, people can't sign up or anything, or they give you the humma stuff.
Yeah, it's some work. I mean, I buy books every show. It's like, I'll buy it if you fight. You know?
I know. No, it's great. I'm glad you could make our show. It's been a while.
Thanks for having me,
shame
guys.
Teddy Jr.'s sick.
Next time.
We'll get him another time, definitely.
Right. Thank you, Jim.
All right.
Tell them your name.
Carmen Pelusa. I get 600 for spelling that right.
We got a winner, folks. That's it. I may have even known his dad at the Meadows.
You might have.
Yeah, definitely.
The horses are still running.
Well, ours finished. We did fine. Some of them you have to watch, and some are making glue. But I understand that. It's a tough business out there. I was out there in the 80s, so from 83 to about 90. So I had some great trainers and drivers. Mickey Burke's stable, we were with them. Doug Snyder, Dane Snyder.
Yeah, Dave Pallone's niece actually comes to our gym.
Dave Pallone, when he first drove a horse, he drove a horse called Unbounded. You can ask him about that mare with bad knees. He won the race and was never on her again. So I can tell you plenty of stories. How'd you get started in boxing?
I started fighting when I was younger.
What age? Give me an age.
10, 11.
All right.
Mark Mackey. You guys know Mark.
Yeah, we know Mark real well.
He reminds me every time he sees me that he bought my first pair of trunks. And then Jimmy McHale and Johnny Vivio were big supporters of me.
Nice.
Then I took some time off and went to the military.
Thank you for your service.
Appreciate that. And then got in a little bit of issues, and Teddy, with my weight, I lost a lot of weight.
Hold it. I just want to clarify something. I know there were some statements back and forth. We're not going to get involved in that. But one thing that you did say is you lost 80 pounds.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that.
I appreciate that.
I hope you don't find it.
No. And it might all turn into money.
No, I don't think so. But I just hope you don't find it. It's only my little bit of advice that you don't find that.
Yeah.
Keep on going. I'm proud of you, and it's great to hear.
I appreciate that.
Definitely. So what's on the agenda for you now?
I'm going to continue trying to work with the kids. I mean, we got Jerome and Shook and Hunter and little Teddy. They're our,
That's your core.
That's our 4 horses.
I can't wait to talk to Jerome. I see him there. I'm a little bit scared there. I don't know the way he punches in that ring.
I wouldn't want to get hit by him. I wear the bodysuit and I don't want to get hit by him.
Guess what? This face hasn't been hit. I just announced boxing. I don't want to get hit. I'll pass on that.
Yeah.
But no, you got a nice core bunch of guys.
We got 4 great guys. Ted and I, we see a fight real well together. It's a very solid unit. We're like a messed up family. We fight, we argue, we love one another, and we'd all have each other's backs.
Hold it, and then in the ring, your focus is that opponent.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're doing behind the scenes. You're focused on that guy there beating him.
Absolutely. Well, not beating him. We don't get
Well,
beat very often.
You want to win.
That's right.
All right. Well, you got to beat him because you're hitting them. That's my theory. You're hitting these guys.
Bad intentions.
I
like
mean,
Ted would
yeah.
say.
Well, like I look at it, you're fighting one man against another man, one girl against another girl, because you want to beat them. That's why I use the term. I don't use it loosely, because I was a competitor in football and baseball. I wanted to strike everybody out. I had a heck of a fastball and curveball, and I had great control. They'd stand in there on me. Guess what? Sometimes they'd come inside.
Yeah.
Because you got to show them. You want to win.
Some sweet chin music.
Exactly, and that's my point. You're there to try to win.
Absolutely.
All right, well, you can correct me a little bit on it, but
That's okay.
I understand the art of boxing.
Yeah.
So
It's a great sport.
it is. It truly is. We see a resurgence here, like I was saying with Ted, that a lot more boxing's coming out. You got girls involved in it. It's just a great sport. Keeps them off the streets, keeps them out of trouble.
Every day we have new people in our gym, one way or another, and it's a blessing for me. With the weight loss, and keeps me active.
Good.
These kids,
Keep you working.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jerome and I, we have a pretty special bond. We talk often on the phone. Make sure everything's okay.
Oh, that's good.
Teddy and I talk. Big Ted and I, we talk often.
Sure.
And it's a really tight team. I mean, even though boxing is a very individual sport, our gym is.
Well, it takes a team to build that boxer.
Yeah, and then.
There's much more to it than when you go to a gym and see these people working, everybody, and the workouts and the different things that you learn and do and teamwork that you put in. I've seen it.
Yeah, we're a well-oiled machine, and our gym is probably one of the best I've ever seen.
I've seen the results. So we see a lot of great results out of that. Say the name of the boxing.
Gold medal boxing.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tell them your name. Do you remember?
No, but actually, from the previous fight, I just remember smoking Jim yelling out Douglas.
Yes. I want your legitimate, your birth certificate. Yeah,
then I heard smoking Jim.
Your birth certificate name. Because here, his name isn't Smoking Jim. You know that.
From the government.
It's James Frazier. He's still on the run. They haven't caught him yet. But I like your style of fighting. I like how you come to fight and how you're in shape. Do you do road work at all?
A lot. I run a lot.
What, a mile a day?
I tend to, I run until I can't run no more. That's how I feel.
Well, that's a lot of running.
And then once I get too far, I just realize how far I got to run back.
Now you got to get back.
So.
Well, they don't tell you those answers. They just tell you to keep running.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah. Ted's like that.
Yeah.
He makes you work and think a little bit. That's how he gets you to win in the ring. Because that other guy, he may not even have ran.
No.
He might be getting tired in that third round. I see in the third round, you're punching hearts out and everything else. Getting some headshots in there.
You got to finish.
When did you start boxing?
I started, it'd be 3 years ago.
3 years.
Yeah.
And what weight are you?
Junior welterweight.
Tell them out there, because a lot of people don't understand that. How much do you weigh?
140 pounds. I fight at.
That's nice size. How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
That's pretty good shape. Definitely. What got you into boxing?
I was working a lot, and where I started at was in Braddock.
Yeah.
And I always would walk past the gym.
That'll make you want to fight.
Yeah, I always had the hunger. My mom told me, you always used to get real mad, but you never let your anger out. And you tense up real badly. But
you got a nice smile, especially when you're punching somebody. I saw that smile in the ring once or twice.
Yep.
Must have been a good connection.
I be showing it sometimes.
I know you do.
I talk to the guys when I'm in there.
Get out.
I can't keep my mouth closed. When I hit them,
don't repeat what you say.
And I see them hurt, I just gotta say something.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, a few times you've heard them.
But I work and I walk past the boxing gym every day, and I so happen to.
And you wanted to get started.
I wanted to get started. as soon as possible. Like I wanted to get in there and
Did you?
get everything.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 23 right now.
Get on.
Yeah.
I thought you were only like 18.
Oh,
Get out of here.
It feels like it's going fast, but it's like it's going
It's
slow.
slow.
It's going slow. So I mean,
No,
it's,
you're a heck of a boxer. I'll just tell you this. I'm not just saying this because you're sitting here, but I've seen you fight a few times. You got some nice skills. You've progressed each year, each fight. You've gotten better. I've noticed it. This last fight, tell the folks what you did in this last fight.
the last well, the one you guys went to.
Yeah.
The last fight, you know.
Yeah, because you fought somewhere else after
Yep.
that. So.
Yep. The last fight, you know, I faced a guy. He was ranked 16. I seen him down in the national tournament
Sure.
that we came from.
He was a good fighter.
Yeah, he was a good fighter. He was long, tall. He was real tall.
His reach was something else.
Keontae type height.
Yeah.
So I should have did more sparring with Keontae.
Yeah. Well, we know how Keontae is. He's a great boxer too.
But I mean,
But you're getting up to that status.
Yep. I was used to it because the guy I fought down in the tournament was about that height. So I already knew in my head.
Yeah.
Like, just gotta take it to them guys. You know, they don't be really solid.
Put it
built.
like this: you're fearless in the ring.
Yeah, you gotta be fearless. You gotta be.
I noticed that about you.
Gotta be hungry. When you hit them with a body shot and they show you a little face, you just gotta be real hungry.
Just go right
and
after
Keep
'em.
going after them.
I saw you punch more than one time in a row.
That's how
You put some punches together. And your
One-
corner's in there yelling for you, and you follow through. You listen to your corner pretty well.
Yes, you gotta have an open
And
air.
they're good
Yeah.
guys there. They
Yeah.
give you some good direction.
Yep. Can't put earplugs in your ear when you're in there.
I understand.
Try to.
What are you up for next?
Next is tournament.
West Virginia?
West Virginia, Charleston.
Good.
So,
Good luck. When is that?
it starts the 16th.
So you're ready to roll now.
Yeah.
You're ready to go.
Keep it going all the way to the Golden Gloves and blow through the Golden Gloves and
Understand.
be a state champion.
That's a good goal.
National champion.
Good luck, my new friend. Tell them your name.
Mike Shook.
All right, you get 700 points.
There's more than Carmen. That's all that matters.
I just did that. Enough about that. It's about you. Yeah, you look in great shape.
Thank you.
I know you've worked hard to get this point. You've been on the show a couple times. We're a big fan of yours. What do you weigh now?
Right now I'm 240.
Nice.
239 actually. 239.
Oh, you saw the scale.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. What's the plan for Mike?
You know what? I started with this guy. Obviously Teddy's my boxing coach.
Obviously.
I started with this guy Brian. He's at this place called Body Mechanics in Monroeville.
Say it again.
Enough with that, Monroeville.
And he helped me a lot. He helped me get the weight off and got my conditioning where it needs to be. And it's just gotten better from there. I feel like since I've been back, I feel like
You look like you're moving great.
I feel like I'm seeing things better than I ever did before. I think that's the experience.
Yeah.
And while I took some time off, I coached people. I think I understand
You were working with
things
people.
now.
Yeah.
And I feel real relaxed. I'm about to have 50 fights.
Really?
Yeah. So,
that's great.
Getting ready for Maori. And,
Excellent.
That right there, that's one. You guys got to come see. That's giant versus giant.
I know. Maori's a big guy.
Yeah. So.
Definitely.
Yeah. Wow. It's gonna be. I fought his brother a couple years ago, and I beat him.
I thought you did.
Go through the whole family.
I'm gonna go through the whole family. That's right.
Wow. Well, I didn't know you were going to be here. I got you on. Anything else you want to say?
No, I mean,
because we like having you on. We like what you're doing.
Go to states and go to nationals, and that's the plan. So
Golden Gloves.
Back. Yeah, this is one last run for me, and then I'm done.
This is it.
Yeah.
Shook is back in business. Right. Watch Shook.
And
the next couple months.
Every fight like it's my last fight.
You know what? That's a great attitude. You got me pumped up.
Thank you.
He'll give you the brother handshake and get you off the show. I want to say, stay Joey strong.